What was that?
I don't know.
Okay. I was like, that was a loud ass notification sound thing.
Nothing popped up. I don't know.
Whatever. All right, ready? What's up? Welcome back, everyone, to Me, Myself, and today is Act 2 of Me, Myself, and I. I've been having these conversations with myself lately and my lovely engineers, Wolf and Yomi. They're not even my engineers at this point. Y'all are my friends. That sounds so fucking weird to say my engineers, Jesus. But yeah, and I'm like, we're all having the conversations of like, we love having all these amazing people come to my show and having you all get to know them, which is amazing. And it's so fulfilling for me. Y'all have no idea how fulfilling it is for me. But I'm like, should we start letting the girls know who I am? Even if that means answering a few questions or talking about a few random topics from here to there and whatnot. So yeah, let's do it. Schedule opened up, just booked and blessed, not really. And we're just like, yeah, let's have that conversation today. So yeah, welcome to Me, Myself, and I, Act 2. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing these things, but I'm going to be trying to make them often just as some type of extra content for you all to enjoy and get to know me. So it's almost like a pre-date. It's almost like a screening before a date in a way, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like if I was, which I do often, I have like these little like online obsessions with like mutuals that I know from like around the area or like on Twitter or Instagram. And like, oh yeah, I'll stalk the Instagram and stalk the Twitter. That's basic. But I'm like, what else can I find? And I'll look up if they have anything on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, they posted a journalism piece back in college. I'm like, let me fucking watch this shit. And next time I see them, I just have, their fucking college thesis in the back of my head, even though we're at fucking Poppy Juice or the Rosemont. But you never know when that important information is going to be handy. But
I went on a date with a guy and I did that. And I came across his YouTube.
really?
And whenever, like, because we were kind of around the same age, whenever we were in middle school, he had like crumping videos and he could dance. and he was not that now. And I was trying so hard not to bring that up.
But did you inform yourself with his crumping background in case you needed to?
Of course.
See, it's like the idea of like pretending to like something because like your crush does.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever tried liking, like, I feel like I talked about this with my guest Isaiah back in the day of the show, but like, have you ever like faked liked an artist or like a movie or a show for a crush?
Yeah, for sure. Or just be like, oh, yeah, I've heard of that before. And it's just like, no, I haven't.
I'm the same way. I've done that so many times. I've tried to make it like my personality, and I'm just sitting there. My ears are bleeding. I'm like, I don't want to fucking listen to this shit, but he listens to this fucking shit. Yeah, I've done that before. I'll look up people's LinkedIns and stuff like that.
Same.
All the time. Why not? Because I'm like, I want to see what their profile picture is on there too. I'm like, do they have a professional headshot or is it more of like a business cash moment?
But you know how like LinkedIn now, they can see who view your profile? I don't like that.
Fuck, that's right. And TikTok too. I realized that.
I took those settings off TikTok quick because it's like, yeah, you can take it off.
So it doesn't show when you're looking at somebody's story?
But you can also...
Or profile, whatever?
Yeah, but you can't also see who looked at yours. It has to be like a...
Mutual.
Yeah.
No. I like knowing who looked at mine because if you look at mine, I'm following you back. I don't care. Like, that's my thing. I'm like, there's some type of interest sparked here. Same thing as LinkedIn. I'm like, okay, bitch from E-News like looked at my shit. Okay, y'all hiring? Like, I'll look right back. But yeah, I'll like look at the LinkedIn, everything. I'll know where they went to school and all that, just in case. Just in case.
To find some common ground. Yeah. No, I hear you. It's... You've been doing this. You've been researching, like...
That's the thing. That's a very good point. You know what? I don't think it's psychotic or crazy. I just think it's a testament to our broadcasting background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing research on my guests.
Yep.
Same thing we do whenever I have a lovely guest come to the show. I do my research before we chat with somebody. I'm just looking at 10, 15 years down the past where you went to middle school. Because you never know. You never know, and that's going to be important. But I hope nobody does the same to me because it's just going to be like cringy pictures of me in middle school and wearing head to toe Aeropostale.
I'm about to Google you.
What are you going to search? What do you search when you Google? Like, if you were to Google me, what are you going to search?
Your first and last name?
Okay. So we're live Googling myself. So from what I can see comes up is my professional website at I'm saying at, fuck. Oh my God, I'm turning into a Gen Z. Ugh. But my professional website, if you want to send it to any job recruiters, is thejoeyjabala.com, and it highlights my work that I've done at The Breakfast Club, Power to Five, Elvis Duran Show, iHeart.
Okay, Megan Thee Stallion.
College radio. You know, that's my resume. That's my portfolio, I like to call. Granted, it still needs to be updated. But, you know.
This is cute.
Thank you. See? She's professional. So if anyone's hiring out there, thejoeyjabala.com, it will be in the bio or the description. But
let's go to images.
Oh God. Oh no. Images. There's an image from my first drag performance ever. Oh my gosh. I see it. I have water rushing to my eyes right now. Yes. You know what? I think it's time we tell that story.
Okay.
And I'm going to send me that link. I think that's from like my college newspaper.
Panther Now.
Panther Now, yep. Shout out to FIU, I guess. Thanks for the piece of paper that costed a lot of money to get. But my degree. But
oh, you went to FIU?
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did my last, like I
almost
transferred
went
there. Really?
Yeah, for soccer.
Oh shit.
But I decided not to.
Yeah, I fully like transferred there only because like I was looking for a school at the radio station and I was like, who the fuck is gonna take me? Like I'm so bad at school and I could only just talk, I guess. But yeah, so the picture that comes up, oh my God, this is on some George Santos ass ghost of drag queens past buffoonery. Oh my God, I have not seen this picture in fucking forever. We're gonna, for the dolls that are watching on YouTube and Spotify, because Spotify offers video footage now from each episode of Me, Myself, and which is hot. I'm gonna put the image up of me in full fucking high whore drag. This is, that's definitely April 8th. Yep, this was Miami Pride. I'm trying to see if this is before or after I performed. I'm looking at if my eyebrows are popping out or not.
It's almost your anniversary.
Yes. This is what, 2018, yeah?
Yes.
2018. So yeah, the picture that comes up when you Google me is this really gives like George Santos tease, except, you know, I can't relate to that disgusting ass human. But the photo that comes up of me is a photo of me after or in drag, in full high whore drag, performing my first ever gig ever as a drag entertainer in fucking Miami Pride that took place on South Beach, all up Ocean Drive. The gig was offered to me by Miss Toto. Shout out to you, Miss Toto. Thank you so much for that life-changing gig, that life-changing day. I was with, I'm so terrible for forgetting their name. I was a part of a float that was affiliated with this really lovely church that was open and welcoming to all LGBTQ plus folk. And we had like a full-on dance routine. Like I was in rehearsals, I kid you not, for like a month. Like in hot ass Miami heat, outside bucking and twirling in these gold heels and boots and everything. And we rehearsed like for a month. And our routine was so fire. Like I can't even lie. Like I ate that shit up. We performed one of the songs from the Oz, the fucking, I hate this song, but that like This Is Me song from The Greatest Showman. That song is so triggering. And this, and you know, the classic for the girls out there that get it, that like classic Respect remix, the respect, like that one. I'm trying to remember what else is in there, because I did it 2 years in a row because I was that amazing at it. And so the story of the day goes, because that day of that show, Yomi, I kid you not, is so fucking intense. I talk about my memoir. I talk about my biopic. I talk about the autobiographical scripted series of my life that's going to come one day. But this 24 hours deserves its own saga, part 1 and part 2, like Breaking Dawn. Like, it was such an epic span of events that happened in such a short amount of time. It was wild. So, it's story time suddenly. Page 1. So, like, we're getting ready. It's my two close friends that I met from the college station I worked at in FIU, Ali and Andrea. Shout out to you, Ali. Shout out to you, Andrea. I love you and miss you both. Andrea's technically my drag mother because, like, she taught me everything I know about drag. And we basically, like, I could not find a fucking outfit to wear at all because I was broke and couldn't find shit, which is 2023 years later and shit ain't changed. But we went to the fabric stores that day, which is the day before the performance, and like made this outfit of this like gold corset I had ordered from Amazon and like this fucking like goofy ass black fringe that was accented with gold on it, or not fringe, tulle, excuse me. It was like a tulle skirt, and we like spent all night like sewing it and putting it together and hot gluing it and shit together. When I tell you, I didn't sleep. Andrea and I both didn't sleep. Ali said, fuck this shit. It was like 3 a.m. He was out. He had to go to bed. My call time, I believe, was like early, like I want to say like 9 a.m. or something like that, because it's the Pride Parade. It starts quite early in the day. So getting into drag for the first time ever, that's like, you got to give yourself a good 3 hours to like learn everything, put shit together. Granted, I was still practicing makeup at the time, so I had some clue. But when you looked at my face, it looks like I had no fucking clue. When I look back at that picture, I see a lot of memories, but I do not see a lot of skill. But we've progressed since then. And yeah, I didn't sleep 1 second that whole night. I got up, I got ready, got into full drag, blocked brows, everything, outfit. And my friends and I were talking. This is a very important part of the story. This is such a tangent, but whatever. It's so fucking iconic. Ali asked me, he's just like, so does your mom know you're doing drag? And I'm like, no, she's not going to find out. And he's like, girl, are you sure? And that's exactly how Ali said it. Ali, if you're watching, like, you remember this moment quite clearly because it was quite a cursed moment. And I was like, no, she's not going to find out. Like, love my family. We've had this talk on this show before. Love my family. We're all fine now. But I come from a very conservative Egyptian background. And we know how those people feel about LGBTQ folk, especially drag entertainers. Granted, my family doesn't give a fuck now. But this day and age, at this time of my life, my goodness, it was intense. And he's like, okay, girl, that's fine. We're ordering the car to South Beach Pride, or to Miami Beach Pride, and we're ordering it to South Beach because that's where it's at. It's hot as fuck. It's like 95 degrees, summer essentially in Miami. We're almost late. We gotta go. We get in the car. Guess who calls me?
Mama.
Yes, my mother calls me. And I'm like, hey, mom. You know, like when you're on the way to doing something, I don't want to say bad because it wasn't bad, but something that like your parents don't know you're doing and they call you or contact you while you're doing such activity and you like overcompensate.
And then you look around to see if they're in the area.
No, I was looking to see if there were like lasers pointed at me. Like I was like, did this bitch have people after me? Like I was frightened. I was like, hey, mom, I miss you so much. I think I'm going to be coming next week or something to visit you and surprise you. Like, how are you? I miss you so much. And she's like, are you dressing up like a girl? And I was like, and all my friends in the car, could hear, and I didn't even have the phone on speaker. Like, the shit is dug up under my wig in my ear. And they could still hear this angry Egyptian woman screaming at me. She's like, are you dressing up like a girl? And my friend Ali, the one who fucking predicted this tragic event to happen, him and I just lock eyes and I'm like, Oh, girl. And I'm like, it's like it's an art. Like I'm trying to explain it the best I can to this almost 60-year-old Arab woman that truly just doesn't really get it in this moment specifically. Now she does, but in this moment she had no fucking idea. Completely different generation, completely different country. Like I have so much more perspective for her point now. But still, I'm stressed. I'm late. I'm like, I don't need this right now. Da, da, da. I'm like, we'll just talk about this later. I'm on my way to something. Cause she ended up stalking my like Instagram and finding out that like I was dibbling and dabbling and like going out in drag and such like that. And certain homophobic family members of mine happened to report her on such events. So thank y'all. Anyways, um, how's that going for them? But yeah, so we get to the gig. We pull up, I meet with the lovely church that I was dancing with, and the parade goes on for a minute. And the number, I think, was like a total of 5 minutes. When I tell you, I performed this fucking mega mix ass number like maybe over 50 times. Like, we're on South Beach going up Ocean Drive on the concrete in the middle of the Pride Parade. Everyone you know is walking the parade. They're doing their cute things. No, my church and I had a fucking choreographed routine planned out. I was the lead of it. And it was such a fun moment, I will say. I've always wanted to do dancing. I've always wanted to perform, but I've never gotten around to it. And so to be able to have that moment for the whole day just dedicated to doing something I love, I went the fuck off. Like, look up videos and please try to tell me that I didn't eat because I ate. And you know what else I ate? The fucking concrete for a good minute. So at some point of the day, I think it was like maybe the middle of the day. So like we still had like the complete other half of Ocean Drive to drive down through and the parade and whatnot. And we're going back to back numbers, numbers, and numbers. And I'm performing in full drag on the concrete, doing splits and death drops and all that in fucking padding and layers of tights and everything. I'm sweating my ass off. And I always do, but this was extra. And there's a part of the number where I give the girls like a few cute, pirouettes and whatever. And I'm on my own and I jump into a split. And when I tell you, I was so excited and I like the adrenaline was flowing in me. Like I was a few numbers down. Like this shit was in my muscles at this point. Like I was like, let's just do this again and again and again. I jump up so fast to go into this jump split. I have the video and I will attach it to this. I come down so hard. My chin, this is the concrete. My chin slaps the concrete like that while I'm going down in a split. My chin dribbles off the concrete. I did basketball for 8 years and never have I ever fucking seen anything dribble quite like my fucking poor little dainty chin on the fucking concrete road of Ocean Drive in South Beach, Miami. When I tell you, I hear all the dancers behind me gasp in the middle of them dancing. I hear them all gasp in the middle of us performing. And I have my hair over my head at this point because I was giving the girls a flip and drama and in my split and everything, obviously professional things. And in that moment, I'm like, did I just bust all my bottom teeth out? Like, am I gonna be okay? Is this day about to like this day was already so chaotic and crazy, but is it about to turn into like something serious? Like, are we about to have to shut shit down and mama has to get sent to the hospital and fucking drag? Like, it was wild. So I come up from my split, I turn around and I ask the dancers, I'm like, am I good? Do I look okay? Are my teeth still here? I fucking slam my face into the concrete. They're all like, wait, you look fine. They're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I feel completely fine. It was fully the adrenaline. That was 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's been 5 years since then. And I could confirm, let me tap on this wood flooring here in case something happens. I could confirm I haven't had any health difficulties due to that incident. Other incidents in drag, absolutely. And we'll talk about those in another Me, Myself, and I, Act 3, maybe, or something. But I left completely unscathed. It was fully the adrenaline that got me through that horrific incident. And it's so funny. My favorite part about that whole thing, it's on video. I just hear, I can't not unhear, I don't know if I said that right. I cannot unhear the sound of the crowd and the dancers gasping for their lives when my face hit the floor. It's so funny. You see somebody in the back, the moment my face hit the floor, take their fan and just start clapping their fan. That shit was so funny. The whole performance, his fan stayed completely still. I was twirling, doing stunts, whatever, but it took me to smack my face into the fucking concrete for you to be like, you know what, bitch? Work. It was historic, honestly. And then, yeah, the rest of the day happened, and I got home and completely passed out on the floor, still in drag. And I mean on the floor. I just like came home and just like in full drag, and then woke up, dropped my friends off home, and got McDonald's to celebrate a very successful first performance. So that was quite a long fucking story. So yeah, this episode really just became about that. So that explains that photo. That photo is honestly war evidence. You know, it's like a photo or a painting taken from a battle of some sort. But any fucking way, speaking of queer things and queer activities and whatnot, I engaged in quite a fun queer activity this weekend, which was the Miley Cyrus Endless Summer Vacation release party that took place at the Rosemont this past weekend, which was done by Miley's label. And they picked the zoo party that takes place at the Rosemont every Friday, produced by Luis Fernando and many other lovely individuals. Shout out to y'all. And that happened on Friday, and it was such a good time. First of all, I don't think I've ever seen the Rosemont that busy. I've been to the Rosemont quite often, especially now as I'm in my quarter life crisis era where I find myself there often partying away and twirling away questionable thoughts of my existence and where life is taking us. I've never seen it that fucking busy. We walked in at 11 because I had to get there at 11 since I was hosting. And it was packed. So, what's it called? Coat check was already fucking sold out. And you could not move. Granted, it ended up being a really fun night still. Shout out to Reese Havoc for performing. She turned it. Lady Camden was also there. Shout out to Lady Camden. It was wild. I will say, I got in a heated dispute with somebody in the bathroom line because this is a whole thing. It was really not that deep. So I'm in the bathroom line, and my friend wanted to join me as I'm about to go in, essentially. And these people are like, you're cutting the line. You're letting your friend cut the line. I'm like, girl, I've literally been in line in front of you this whole fucking time. And trust me, I never want to be that person that's like cuts line or whatever. But like, I've been in line this whole time, and my friend is just coming in with me. We're not doing drugs in this bathroom. My nose is too small for that. Like, and so they're like, whatever. And now I'm outside of the bathroom waiting for my other friends to finish the restroom. And these other people come up to me. I think there are other fellow performers in the area. They're asking me, they're like, are you waiting in line? Do you mind if we cut? We have to pee really bad. And I'm like, hun, I'm not in line. Like, you talk to the people waiting in line. Like, I'm literally just here waiting for my friends. And so these girls, these random gentlemen or people, individuals, I guess, on this planet, just start barking. And they're like, you need to stop letting people cut the line. Blah, 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 blah. Are you like managing the line or something? No, hun. First of all, I'm hosting. 2, I'm pretty. 3, shut the fuck up. Like, stop barking. Like, just what are you doing? And I like to keep composed at all moments. I like to be a lady, but I had to buck up just a little bit, push my big tits out for a moment and remind these girls not to yell at somebody, especially when you're in the fucking wrong. And I was like, excuse me, girls, I'm just here waiting for my friends. And once I said that, they're like, oh, okay, we're so sorry. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. But just don't fucking yell at somebody, especially when you're the fucking idiot who made the mistake here, because you might run into the wrong one. And they're just like, well, who's the wrong one? And I'm like, me. And then they went into the restroom and did what they have to do. So, anyways, I didn't know if I should have shared that detail or not, but it was a fucking good time. I had a really fun time. Honestly, that was one of my most favorite nights at the Rosemont. Shout out to the Rosemont. Like, you are the tried and true girl. Always there for us every weekend. And most is going to be a $10 cover if it's a really poppin' party going on. But yeah, shout out to Rosemont. Shout out to Zoo. Shout out to Fake Nudes. Shout out to you girls. Y'all really keep us entertained in that little refrigerator, and I wouldn't have it any other fucking way. But yeah, so that party is for Miley's Endless Summer Vacation album, which I think it's time to talk about. I fucking love it. I love it. Nothing is gonna be Plastic Hearts ever. Plastic Hearts is something so fucking excellent. It's such a moment in her career, and it's just gonna be something that gets more and more attention and recognition as time keeps on going. Because when it came out during the pandemic, obviously there are pandemic, situational effects that played onto the not so fulfilling response of the album done by the public, but I'm like, nobody cared about it that much when it came out, which is quite a shame because it's her best album. But Endless Summer Vacation is great. I think it's an amazing compilation of all the sounds she's explored. I like to say that the album is like a love child between Plastic Hearts, Younger Now, and Dead Pets, actually, because the album has like that pop rock, tea she was exploring with on Plastic Hearts. It has a little bit of like, the typical Miley country twang, specifically the kind of more breezy West Coast, LA vibe she was going for with Younger Now. And then, oh, my nose is stuffy. And then Dead Pets, like it has some kind of like of those psychedelic sonic elements and inspos in some songs like Handstand and whatnot. So yeah, I love the album and I genuinely can't stop listening to it. Ooh, water's dripping down. Anyways, I would love to hear a deluxe though with like, I would love to hear SZA on some of these songs because I love hearing her on rock songs. So they should really keep that in mind. Like SZA on Rose Colored Lenses or Jaded or something like that, or Island.
Did she have any features?
Um, she did. It was Sia and Brandy Carlisle, but they're not even like features. They're just doing like background vocals. But she has them credited on two of the songs. Sia's on Muddy Feet and Brandy Carlisle's on Thousand Miles, which is one of the best songs on the album, which goes to my ranking. If I have to pick my top three, my favorite song in the album is Island. Sonically, lyrically, excellent song, one of her best songs ever. It's very introspective, and I love when Miley gets like that. Like, yeah, okay, like we'll hear about her bitching about Liam or her relationship or whatever, like love songs typical, okay? But like I love when the girls get introspective. Like sit in the back of your Uber home, pull out your notepad, look out the window, and just think about life and write some shit. I love when the girls make songs like that. Introspective songs that aren't necessarily about someone, more so something that we could all relate to at most times in our lives. So I would say Island is up there. Violet Chemistry is excellent. It's just excellent. And then maybe Thousand Miles is good too. But I also love Wonder Woman. I love River. The video for River is fucking hot. Oh my God, it's so good. It's like Madonna's Girl Gone Wild meets Marina's How to Be a Heartbreaker. That's how I see it. But yeah, I love it. Miley should really come to the show. I've had a lot of run-ins with Miley too, like weird little like coincidences and like run-ins, not like personal run-ins, but like weird things where I'm like, I feel like this bitch and I are meant to chat one day, and it just might be here on this couch. That was the first time I ever smoked
What?
weed was with Miley Cyrus. I'm being so serious when I say this.
You gotta like.
So, and I'm not
What?
saying with like, I was in like her fucking Malibu house, just her and I, but
Whoa.
I was at her.
Wait, what year?
This was 2015.
This is whenever she was in her Mike Will era.
This
No,
was
after. That was after.
like right after, yeah.
Yeah.
She was still working with him at the time, but this was when she was doing an album called Miley Cyrus and Her Dead Pets, which was literally about. You remember
Yes,
that?
Yes.
That's like one of my favorite Miley albums. It's so good. But she was
With the
doing,
glitter and stuff, right?
what was that?
The album has like glitter and
Yes,
stuff.
exactly. She was doing so much drugs. What a good time. And I went to go see her show in DC with my friend Nick and my friend Joe, my bestie. And during her song Lighter, she had a joint that she lit on stage. And she's passing it. And who does she pass it to? It was these two little uneven fingers here that grabbed that thing and so fucking awkwardly and ugly smoked it, whatever. I don't even think I got any type of high from it.
Damn, this was 5 years from COVID. Isn't that crazy? That's like that's crazy.
That's
because it's like
crazy.
now we would be like,
I still think if I was at the show and Miley was handing me a joint, I'd be like, thank you. I'll just get tested the next morning. I would try to have some
especially
faith.
well, if I think in the peak of 2020, I would be like,
Oh no.
but
no,
like
no, no.
because it's kind of like mellowed out. It's like all right, yeah,
Yeah, but
it's just like a mild cold or something.
yeah, cough, sneeze,
Yeah.
fever. But yeah, and so
That's fun.
I like my dumbass being like fucking 18 and not knowing a thing in the world and just naive. I like pass it back to her in the video because it's on video. She's like, pass it around. Like, and so I give it to my best friend and then so forth. And it's funny, I fucking manifested that moment straight from my asshole. Like, I always said throughout high school, because I went to a high school, I mean, as most people did, but like my high school was like full of stoners, like full of weird white homophobic stoners. And I never smoked throughout high school. I did not smoke a single thing throughout high school. And I would never want to go to house parties and stuff like that. Not because like I was scared to, but I was like, these people aren't cute. No shade. Like, and it genuinely isn't any shade. I was just like, in my head, I said this verbally, you could ask my friends. I was like, I want to smoke with Miley Cyrus and Rihanna. I would say that every single time and people would just laugh. And then who had the fucking last laugh?
Bitch.
Me, whore. And it fucking happened. And in that moment, like, it was like the fucking scene in Everything Everywhere All at Once, where everything everywhere all at once like happens. And she's like, oh, like all of her worlds come together after I took the hit of that joint. And not because I got high. If anything, I got less high. And it was because in that moment I was like, oh, bitch, it happened. Like, you did it. You manifested it. It fucking happened. It was truly a miracle. It was so iconic. And when I meet Miley, which will hopefully be soon, she should really just fucking come here to the show. That would be really iconic. The first thing I'm going to be like is like, yeah, I smoked for the first time ever with you. Yeah, there were, a few other 1,000 people around, but I like to think that moment was just for you and I. So that moment was fucking truly, truly historic. Are we good on recording time? I don't want to be going over.
We are on. Let's see. 34.
Damn, feels like I've been talking for like light years. Okay, cool. So that's been fun. That was a moment that was most pleasing to me in my career. It was a moment that treated me very well. And so we're going to move on to questions now sent by friends of mine, listeners, and whatnot. And so, yeah, next time I post on my story, ask me anything. Y'all really, like, I mean it. Ask me anything and I will answer it. I'm the type of person where if I'm talking to somebody that I just met and they say TMI, I know I'm going to fucking love that person because I'm like, yes, bitch, you like detail. I love fucking detail and I'm going to give you fucking detail. Like, I love a TMI person. Like, when people say that around me, I'm like, you don't need to say that, baby. You could tell me anything, genuinely, because I'm probably gonna say something just as unhinged back to you. Then I'm gonna be blocked. But yeah. My first question is, how is life currently treating you? Life is life. I mean, considering I'm alive and I made it to another day, life is treating me well. Um, it's quite a transitional era that I'm in right now, but I love it. It's like it's fucking unhinged. It's like every day is different and I'm just genuinely figuring shit out. And that comes with its successes and it comes with its failures and it comes with its like amazing weeks where I'm running on this like never ending high and I'm like, yes, everything is happening the way it's meant to happen. And then my bestie and roommate Joe is like, you haven't spoken in 3 days. What's wrong? And I'm like, I'm just tired, but I'm actually, dealing with existential dread. Um, yeah, but we fucking prosper and we move on and we take deep breaths and we go on hot girl walks if the weather permits that. And yeah, I think life is treating me quite well. I feel like I have a sense of autonomy back and power and control back in my life, which is cool. Even if that means, results may vary on what I'm trying to control or what I'm trying to do. I'm just here to learn the lesson. Like if I do something stupid, life just teach me what I did wrong and I'll learn. I was having that conversation with my friend the other day. Like, I don't know. I'm just like about that. Like, okay, if I do something stupid, great. I don't want to do something stupid that's like life or death situation. I'm not trying to be an idiot here, but like, if I make a mistake, I'm willing to learn it and go through the shit that, you have to go through in order to learn something. So, yeah. So that's how I feel about that. He said my water because my throat is rather dry. Okay. The next question is, where do you hope me, myself, and takes you? I feel like I've answered a similar question like this before, but I don't mind answering it again. Ideally, I would love for the show to get picked up by some type of like podcast network or something. That would be cool. Where I've always had the fantasy of it becoming like a Amazon Music show or like a Apple Radio, Apple Music type of thing. Like how Zane Lowe, like all of his episodes are on Apple Music and you could watch them on YouTube. Like I would love for my show to be something of that type, but something that's still so my own would be really cool. And I don't think those platforms, no shade, have something like what my guests and I bring to my show. So I think it would be a really cool complimentary feature on their platforms. Like that would be cool. Where do I hope me, myself, and takes me? I also use the show as like a live and visual portfolio to just show like what I'm capable of, whether it be like me being talent on camera, speaking and presenting myself and putting a set together. Granted, there's many people that help me with that. Yomi, Wolf, my other engineers and friends here. But yeah, and it's just a way of like actively practicing what I like to do, what I went to school for, what I put so much energy and time into. And yeah, there's so much things I want to do later on in life. And maybe later doesn't even mean like 30 years from now. Later can be next week. You never know what life has in store for you. Like I want to get into acting. I want to get into like TV acting, movie acting, all of that. I want to be in a fucking horror film. If you had to be in a movie, like what kind of genre would you be in?
Um, I'm trying to think if I would be in the type of genre that I like watching.
Yeah.
Cause the last movie that like I loved so much was probably Parasite,
Mm,
and I was like, could I sell myself in something like that? I don't know,
that
but
would
I
be fun.
loved that movie. It was so good.
I still need to see it.
It was really good.
I heard it was amazing.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, and that's what I think about all the time. It's like just because you like it doesn't mean you're meant for like that genre
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Cause it's like I don't
could
think
see
I
it.
want something that intense. More like light, like kind of like a Dave TV show.
Yeah.
Kind of like something late, stupid like that.
They would be funny. Like a Broad City, like
Yes.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like for me, it's like as many things are in my life, I feel like it's two different extremes. Like I'm either doing something stupid and pointless like a Broad City, or I'm like screaming my ass off in like a Pearl. Like every time I see clips of Pearl, I'm like, I want that so bad. Like I want to come on set, be fully like method acted out in my trailer alone, like talking in a country accent. I get walked over to set and I'm just screaming, and the director's just recording like, damn, bitch, you were going off.
How's your country accent?
Well, like, what kind of country accent? Because like that's just like a general country accent, but like there's like the Pearl country accent, like.
Well, since we were talking about Miley, like a Nashville.
A Nashville accent.
Like a Tennessee accent.
Okay.
Southern gal.
Like a Southern Gale. See, that's like me talking like if I'm like a male. Ew. The way like Jesus. Like my complete like context changed to male. Ew. But like that's like let me read the question in a country accent. Where do you hope me, myself, and takes you? That's if I'm speaking like a guy. Where if I'm speaking like a female, I mean, but what also is male, female, but y'all know what I mean. But I feel like whenever I'm doing like a lady country voice, it's very like Paula Deen-esque. Like if I read it, I'm going to be like, where do you hope me, myself, and takes you? Like that's what.
Dolly Parton type.
Yeah, exactly. And Dolly's like, her voice is like very light. So she would be like, where do you hope me, myself, and takes you? Like it would be more so like that. And Pearl has like that, like Pearl's going through a lot of shit. So she has a country accent, but she's also like Mia Goth too, has a unique voice too that adds to the country accent. So it's interesting. I love doing accents though. Whenever I'm alone and I'm talking to myself and I need to get things done, I do it via accent.
My cousin does that.
Really? No way. I feel so less alone.
Yeah, she does it. It's just her thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. Like I'll be like going to Walgreens and like if the aisle's alone, I'll just be like, all right, so I need more face cleanser. Really?
Yeah. But she'll do that accent and speak Spanish.
Oh, that's hot.
Good, yeah.
That's fun. No, yeah, me, like, I'm immediately, like, in London or whatever. Like, that's just where I go to. Or, like, if I'm talking to the dog and I'm alone, I always talk to, like, the dog in a British accent. I'm like, Guido, let's go outside for a walk. And, yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird anyways. But, yeah, y'all really like, oh, no, this girl's in mental trouble here. But, yeah, so that's that question. Yeah, I definitely would want to go there. I also would love, like, one of my like main things I want to do is like writing. Like I want to do like songwriting because I love writing. That's always been like my favorite way of communicating. And I know everyone says that, but I mean it. I would always write like creative stories and stuff like that in elementary school. I'll never forget. We had to write one in elementary school, and I was like that weird kid that always bring a toy with me every day. And there was this like beanie baby of a tiger that I had. And I wrote this fucking like massive like action novel about the tiger. I probably still have it back home somewhere and none of it probably makes sense. But, you know, she was trying. So, yeah. Next question is 5 songs that would make an EP of the era of life you're in right now. That's a great question. You know what I mean? Like if you were to conceptualize like an EP, that's songs that describe your era right now. That's a great question. I'm going to say number 1 easily is Escapism by Ray because that's just like my favorite song of the past year. I fucking love that song. And also lyrically, that's just like me right now, but maybe not even like as somber because she was really going through some things and, you know, when making that song. So I don't want to like compare what I'm going through to what she was. But like the idea of like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with life. Oh shit, there's something going on at the Rosemont tonight. Let's go. Like that's just where I am right now. And it's very escapism-esque. So I'd say Escapism is the opening track. Fuck, this is a good question. I'm gonna go to my on repeat list on Spotify.
I'm trying to
Obviously, Escapism is the number 1 surprise. Yeah, think of yours too. I'm gonna say escapism. My on repeat is literally all Miley's album because it just fucking came out. Sheesh. I would say escapism, obviously. I'm gonna say Running Out of Time by Paramore from their new album, This Is Why. Which, like, that song has helped me get my shit together. And, like, I listen to it. I'm trying to, like, not be running out of time and not be late to everything and feel like an asshole. So, escapism, Running Out of Time. Million Different Ways by the Sugar Babes, which they just released back onto streaming finally from their album 3. Fuck, Sugar Babes is gonna be on here twice. Y'all are gonna deal. Actually, no, I'm gonna take that out. Escapism. What was the second one again? Fuck, what's the second one? Damn, what was the second one I had? Oh, Running Out of Time. Paramore.
Running Out of Time, yeah.
Escapism, Running Out of Time. The third one is going to be... Damn, this is wild.
How many songs are in this EP?
5.
Okay.
So I need 3 more.
This is hard.
I know, this is very hard because I take these very, very, very seriously. I feel like I just saw the one that I wanted. Escapism, Running Out of Time. Oh, I'm going to say Melt by Kehlani.
That's a good one.
I love that song. That's my shower song. I love, like, her acoustic stuff. Like, when she has more, like, guitars.
Anything Kalila?
What was that?
Anything Kalila?
That was my next choice. Contact by Kalela's in there because, like, say the EP opens up with escapism. We're sad, but we're partying through it. Running Out of Time. We're chaotic. We're stressing.
How do you say her name?
Kalela?
Kalela?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Melt Kehlani. That's when I'm taking a shower because showers are very integral to my life. I take like 3 a day. Not even because I sweat a lot, but I just consider them like a quarterly or like a hourly reset. I don't know. Weird. Kalela, Contact. And then we're going to close it with Today by the Sugar Babes because that's the song that I listen to when I get up in the morning and it gets me motivated for the day. I'm going to write this out. So Escapism, track 1. Track 2, Running Out of Time, Paramore. Track 3. What the fuck did I say for track 3? Jesus Christ, where's my attention span going? Babes. That was the closing, wasn't it?
Oh, no, that was 3.
No, then I it was Melt by Kehlani.
Oh.
Melt Kehlani, because then I moved on to the bottom of the list. Gotcha. Track listing our albums. So Escapism, Running Out of Time, Melt, Contact by Kalela, and then Today by the Sugar Babes. Amazing. That is my 5-track EP of life. And if I were to pick a title for it, I think it would come from a lyric to one of these, or from one of these songs. It would be...
Let's get into this crisis.
Let's get into this crisis. I like that. Let's get into this crisis. The debut EP from Bad Bussy, in stores now and on streaming. Do you have yours?
Kind of. Let's see. I would probably put on there Retrograde by James Blake.
Good one.
This is not in order. Richer Than I've Ever Been, Rick Ross, because I feel like I'm in my money bag area right now.
Very much so.
Then I would do Bankhead, Kalela. And then I would do Fruit by fucking love that song.
By
I think her name's Abra.
Yes, Abra. Oh my gosh, yes.
I love that song.
I was like, is she about to say Abra? That's why I was like, that's a good song. That Rose's EP is so good too.
Yeah.
I think it's from
It's
Roses, I believe.
It's Rose.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Unlock It by Abra is such a good song too with Playboy Cardi. That's a really good song.
And then I need to end it with maybe Dog Days Are Over by Florence.
Oh, that's a good one. That's in a playlist I have right now. That's like the soundtrack of my life. That's like one of the songs in there.
Yeah.
That's
it's like
a
it's
good
it's it's like a sad song, but it's like a feel good song.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to that after this. That's such a good song. I don't trust anyone that doesn't like that song.
Wait, I need to add one more though. Probably Bad Bunny song.
Happiness.
Since-
It hurts like a bullet in the back. Oh, what a good song.
To end on a good note. Oh, Efecto Bad Bunny.
Okay. That's a good balance.
Yeah.
You have like the James Blake that's like chill.
Then Rick Ross.
Exactly. Florence to have a cathartic release.
Abra.
Abra. That's a nice list.
Bella.
Abra's the chill one.
Bankhead. And then Bad Bunny.
What would it be called, your E EP?
Let me see.
Let's get into this Crisis Act 2.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset. I like that. You're good at names and titles.
Oh, thanks.
It's a mindset. Out now on streaming. It's a mindset. I like that.
Do you really?
I do too. I
Top
really
of the
like it.
dome.
It would have a ... like ... It's a mindset. I like that. All right. So, next question. Would you be down to go on a date? Sir, we know each other. You should just ask me that directly. But the answer would probably be yes.
Sliding in DMs.
Yeah, like just ask me. Or next time you see me. If you could pick 2 artists of completely different genres to collab, who would they be? I've thought about this a lot and I can't fucking remember anything. 2 artists of 2 different genres to collab. I was thinking there's one that I really liked. Damn. Okay, I know what it is. Honestly, like I would love like how back in the day, like Linkin Park and Jay-Z had what the fuck is the album called? Their like collab album. I listen to it at the gym all the time. I actually jump rope to that album a lot, which anyone cares to know about me. Collision Course. How they had that. I would love to hear like a girl's take on that.
Wait,
so
we can't just slide past the fact that you like to jump rope.
I
Like
love to
double Dutch.
No, I've never been a
Okay.
double dutch girl, but like single rope, I won first place in my field day in 1st and 2nd grade.
Jump in used to be my shit. You remember?
Corbin Blue, Kiki Palmer,
Mhm.
absolutely. Good movie.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I love jump roping. I jumped rope this morning. I love jump roping. I could jump rope for 20 minutes straight.
Really?
Mhm.
That's impressive.
I love jump roping. Granted, it's kind of overwhelming after a while because it's like my titties just
Right.
bouncing and my ass is clapping. And like at the end, it hurts, but it's worth it. It's very fulfilling. As long as you have a song that's at the tempo you want to be jumping at, you could do it.
What do you jump rope to?
Any type of like upbeat. It either has to be like an upbeat like rock song or an upbeat like dance song or any song really. It just has to be upbeat because I like to like speed rope. Like I like to be like jump, 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 jump. So it has to like go at that tempo, if that makes sense. Or what I'll do is I'll put on like a concert that I really like and listen to the live version of like that show. And I'll just like put myself in the performer's perspective and act like I'm performing it. And I'm jump roping because I have to keep stamina.
That's so fun.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Thank
that's
you.
Actually fun because you're like making working out fun.
It's
And not- you're just-
disassociating.
yeah, you're not just like here.
Oh my gosh, I have the time of my life when I work out because mainly in my head I'm performing for MSG like on my 8th sold night out. But I'm actually at
We're manifesting here.
Hey, we actually are. Watch, we'll come back to this. We most definitely are. But yeah, I would say something like a collision course, like a rock meets rap project, but I would love for it to be like Doja Cat be the vocal and be the rapper, like the main one, and then even let it be with like Linkin Park again. That would be hot. Or like a Paramore or something like that. Like that would be so sick to me. And she's already experimented in rock sounds and stuff like that so many times, and it's always worked well for her. So that would be really, really fun. That would really, really, really be fun. And yeah, speaking of music too, there's one more album I want to talk about, and it's Raise My 21st Century Blues. Did you listen to it? Because I know you said you knew Escapism.
Yeah, but I only knew it because I haven't listened to all of it.
Get into the album. It's so good.
But I was into like, I didn't realize that they had like broken up too. Kehlani and what's her face? Wait, are we talking about the same album?
Oh yeah. 070 Shake. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on Escapism. Yeah. That album.
Oh, you're not talking about that album? Who are you talking about?
No, that album. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the main artist, like the artist Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Like Escapism is her song, and 070 Shake is
Yeah.
on. Yeah, that album was really good.
I haven't listened to that album.
But yeah, I love 070 Shake. That's so funny. I love Kehlani.
Do you I recently found out how she got found.
Who?
070 Shake.
Really? How?
Yeah, so basically, like, so she's from Bergen, Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend who's in the industry, like, basically showed Kanye her music, and they reached out to her, and the rest is history.
Really?
Yeah. And then,
wow.
Yeah, that's wild. And then 070 is, like, the beginning of the era code of, like, Jersey.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Look how that happened for her. Wow.
Dated Kehlani now. Shit.
I know. They're not together though anymore.
No, they're not.
It's just crazy. They were hot.
Yeah, they were. I was into
together. Kehlani has had some hot relationships or entanglements. Like Kehlani was with Victoria Monet for a minute.
She was.
And they wrote Touch Me about each other. And then she had Victoria featured on the song, which was genius.
She dated Kyrie.
Uh-huh.
YG.
Mm-hmm.
Who else she date?
I'm trying to remember who else. Kehlani is so hot. I love Kehlani. Kehlani. Sweet Sexy Savage is one of the like defining albums of my life.
Have you seen her perform?
I watched her tour for that album. Such a good show. I miss that. That was like 2017. Which feels so long ago now. Have you?
Nope.
She's so good.
But my girlfriend's into her, so I think I gotta have to catch a show.
Yes, you should.
Yeah.
I think she's still on tour. I know she's doing like Europe now or something.
She was doing Europe, yeah.
So she.
Her photographer is fire.
I know, her photographer is so good.
She is amazing. I've actually
really good.
I've been following her tour because of her photographer.
Mm-hmm.
She's incredible.
All those shots are amazing. Like their whole team is so good. Like even like Kehlani's DJ that they've had for years is always so good. Like before the show gets everyone hype. Like good team, Kehlani and company. Like shout out to y'all, whoever and however you guys pick that out. But yeah. Raise My 21st Century Blues is excellent. It would be a dream of mine for Ray to be on the show. We'll see how that will happen one day. Putting things out there into the universe and whatnot. But yeah, I honestly think that's been a lovely tangent for y'all to listen to while you're driving to work, on the train to work, cleaning your apartment or something. I want to say I apologize for all the tangents, but like I don't know if you've noticed that's kind of the point of this. And if you know me the way I know myself, I think some of my most endearing qualities is the fact that I know how to go on a almost hour-long tangent and still find a way to bring it back around, hopefully, or maybe I'm completely lying on camera. But anyways, it's been so real, absolutely lovely. Everyone, I appreciate all the love and support you've given the show, like going to like the clubs and stuff like that lately. And hearing people just be like, I love your podcast. It's so good. I watched it. Like that's shit is so fucking sweet. And it really means a lot. So thank you. And keep watching, keep supporting. And if there's anyone you want to see to come on the show, like feel free to comment, be like, this person needs to come on. Or at the person, let them know and never stop bugging them. And I could give you a few names: Victoria, Monet, Kalani, Miley. Like, let those girls know, let those individuals know, like, get onto this show. Sometimes the girls don't know and we just have to put them on. So if that's what we must do, then that's what we must do. But what I must do is wrap this shit up because we got a few more episodes with lovely people that I'm so excited for y'all to get to know. But yeah, you can follow me at Bad Bussy on Instagram. The podcast Instagram is mm_and_pod. I always forget that shit. It was quite a complicated name. Instagram was really picky with names, but I post that shit in the description and little fun, cute graphics and whatnot. So we try to make it easier for you. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this shit up because I need a little nap. We'll see y'all next week.